Mr. Five is back to eating his dinner every single night, and I'm so excited. It has been a long time, maybe, I don't know, it's been a phase, we'll say, of feeling like I'm fighting this picky eater every single night. It would kind of be the same thing. He wouldn't eat his dinner, and then somehow I would end up giving him a snack later, and it was this perpetual problem where I thought it was easier to just kind of give him a snack. But then dinner was it felt like it was so full of drama because I was trying to get him to eat. I was kind of fighting him to eat his food, but then getting suckered into giving him this snack later. Oh, and all I did was I actually made these kitchen rules that I posted. We had a whole kind of lesson on them, and I just kind of wrote out the expectations that have always been there, but just kind of not as officially, and it's been amazing. We have 6 kitchen rules, boundaries, I guess, that are so effective in just having dinner run smoothly, to be honest. Adults decide what's served, kids decide what goes in their bodies. That's the first thing on the list. And that comes straight from a specialist. It was like a pediatric occupational therapist that taught me so many amazing things. And that was one of them. Adults decide what's served, kids decide what goes in their bodies. And part of that is that the adults always have one safe food. They call it a safe food. Basically, something that everyone, at least one thing that everyone, oh my gosh, how am I trying to say this? One food for each person that they like it. I said that so weird, but one safe food for every person. If your kid loves apples, serve some apples. If they end up filling up on apples, that's totally okay. That's the idea. So one safe food. And kids decide what goes in their bodies, which means no bribes, no threats, no praise even. What they eat is totally on them. You get to just focus on connection, and it's awesome, Mr. Five, it was like pulling teeth to just try to convince him that he should really eat his food. And that's just not the dinner conversation topic that I want to be focused on, that's not really fun for anyone. The other rule that's on this little sheet, I just went into Canva and made this thing of dinner rules, is be nice to the chef. So that was a real pain point. That was getting to be a real pain point for my husband, because he cooks one night a week. My request. That's what I request. And the kids would just be, they're pretty polite about it, but they say it when it's not necessary. Just like, my taste buds aren't used to this, or, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. And I wanted to kind of work with them, now that they're older, I just wanted to work with them on just politeness, manners, when somebody puts a lot of time and effort into a meal, just, you can say thank you, or you can say no thank you, So anyway, be nice to the chef. What's another one? I share this with you because maybe it'll get the wheels turning for you, because sometimes dinner drama is just a result of not having clear boundaries in place or clear expectations. And once you do that, it makes it a lot easier. That's been my experience, certainly. It's completely solved any problems we were having. Another rule is everyone gets to enjoy dessert, meaning it's never a reward. There is so much research that backs that up. That never goes well for food to be a reward or a bribe. So everyone gets to enjoy dessert no matter what. And it's just this really freeing thing where in the moment when you're dealing with a picky eater, it feels really tricky because you're making all these decisions of should I should I tell them 3 more bites? Like, should I let them do this? Another rule for us is kids clear their dish when they're done, and they get to leave the table whenever they're done. There's no reason that they need to be forced to just like hang around or sit while other people are eating. I have a personal rule, no one eats alone. So I'm not worried about anyone being like left behind, but I do allow my kids to get up and go when they're done, because the whole point is I want dinner to be a really positive experience for all of us. It's a really important time for connection for us personally. It's a really great time to kind of reconvene after the day, whatever the day was, and to just really be together, enjoy conversation, joke around, talk about our day. It's not any kind of pressured situation. I'm not the one facilitating all the conversation. Like, my kids aren't in the hot seat of me asking how their day was or anything like that. We all just get to share what we want to share and say what we want to say. And it's just a really positive bonding experience. Does that mean we're all like laughing and smiling and like happy the whole time? No. Like, there are kids that are, fighting or in each other's space sometimes, and that's all part of it, and that's totally fine. It's just everyone's allowed to be human at the table, I think is what it is, and including me. I find myself a lot of times getting stuck in mom mode. Like, we're the ones that are all like keeping everything together and, facilitating all the things we want to have happening. And it's this whole different version of myself that is just mom, And yes, I am a mom, and that's a huge part of my identity, I would say. But especially at dinner time, I try to set that aside a little bit and just be another person at the table. And it's really enjoyable. I get to just be myself. I get to talk about my day too, share things that I want to share. It's not just all about everyone else. It's not just all about the kids. Like, I will still enjoy a brief adult conversation with my husband, because I want I want all of us to enjoy that time together. And it's not just all about one person, and it's not all about the food. And that's where a lot of these things come into all the rules. That's why they are pretty effective. It just puts any food drama aside so that we can enjoy what we're really wanting to enjoy, which is each other's company and the food. I will say, I cook for my family, for sure, but I do it even more so for myself, I would say. For a long while, I was pretty resentful with my motherhood tasks. I was pushing myself really hard. I was just in a season of survival mode for too long, by the way. And I would be doing all these things because I felt like I had to. I felt like I needed to feed my family, or that I should feed them healthier. And it was just all this pressure to do that. And so I wanted to show up for them. And I feel like by now I've gotten to a point where it's I have a deeper why. Yes, I want to feed my family. Yes, I believe in the whole thing. I believe that it is my responsibility to cook for them, and I enjoy that. And I've realized I enjoy eating good food. I would much prefer that to a frozen pizza. That's just me. That's just totally me. And I enjoy finding recipes that we all enjoy. I'm not, maybe ever, cooking something that one person likes and the rest of us don't like, I find recipes that we all enjoy, that we all eat well, which is why it's been such a pain point that Mr. Five hasn't been eating his food, And that was how I stopped fighting my picky eater every single day, was finding the food that he would eat with us And maybe he was so picky. Let's just pretend he was so picky he wasn't eating any food. These rules come into play where it's just very clear boundaries. I don't turn into a short order cook ever. I make what I make. Everyone's dished out one little kind of portion of each thing I'm offering. Whether they choose to try it or not, totally on them. It's up to them. And we just sit down and eat our food. It's just like not a big deal. And over time, what I've seen firsthand with Mr. 5 lately is because this is his opportunity to eat. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh my gosh. We have kitchen hours that are set. Certain times that the kitchen is open and certain times that the kitchen is closed, which means, as it relates to dinner time, the kitchen opens at 3 o'clock for a snack. It's just after school. It's not like so rigid, but after school, open for a snack. We have snack for 20 to 30 minutes, and then the kitchen is closed. Which means if they're coming up telling me they're hungry at 5, okay, dinner will be ready soon. Because the kitchen's closed. There's no options. And then we have dinner, and it's closed after dinner. That, single-handedly, I think is what made the most headway with Mr. 5 lately. Was he does learn. Like, this is my chance to eat. So I'm going to choose to eat. Or I'm going to choose to not eat. Totally. Honestly, last night, he didn't eat a ton of his fettuccine alfredo, is what I had made. He ate a bunch of edamame. That was served with it. And what was the fruit? Oh, peaches. We have so many peaches in my freezer. We have peach trees. We have so many peaches in our freezer. So, he ate a bunch of peaches, a bunch of edamame, a few bites of fettuccine, and then we all had our ice cream cones after dinner. And that was his dinner. And maybe you're judging me. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, that's the worst meal I've ever heard. Who knows? But the principle is that I'm giving you permission. We'll just say this. I'm giving you permission, and I am giving myself permission to actually enjoy dinner time. What if dinner time became something you actually looked forward to instead of dread, or you didn't feel like you were pulling teeth trying to get people talking, or trying to get this certain environment or this certain atmosphere? You just let that go, and you just decide, you know what, I'm hungry. I'm excited to eat this food that I worked hard making. If people complain, if people don't say thank you, all the things, it is what it is. I'm going to have some clear expectations. Gratitude's important to me, so I do teach my kids to say thank you, but I'm not hanging my happiness on it either. I'm not like upset if they aren't doing it on their own, you know? There's just a lot of happiness that comes from that, and love does need limits, and part of that responsibility is ours to teach our kids, and it's fun. It can be really fun to teach them and kind of shape them so that they can be more Christ-like, you know? I mean, God wants us to have good relationships with other people. He wants us to love each other, and we get to teach that to our kids, and we get to model that true love, that Christ-like love, that charity, which I feel like I bring to the table when I've dropped the pressure, I've allowed everybody to just be who they are, I've established some boundaries, some limits, and then we get to just enjoy each other. But this is not me telling you what to do. If you don't have any boundaries and it's working for you, please do not put that on your plate. Good morning. How are you, Ron? So, that's my 75-year-old neighbor. He says hi to me every single morning. Anyway, don't mother like me, mother like you. God made you a certain way. He gave you certain kids. All of it is within your place that you get to figure out. Just get curious. Don't be judgmental. Don't beat yourself up if it's a tricky thing right now. If you're dealing with picky eaters, I'm sorry. That's hard. You will totally figure it out, though. I know you will. Don't mother like me, mother like you.